Leaders face-to-face meeting for more than a year. President Joe Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping were organizing first 100 meetings on Wednesday for more than a year between the tensions in U.S.-China relationship. For security reasons, two leaders' negotiations this week. The Asian-Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit, near relatives of San Francisco, California, Woodsyide, Californiata Filoli land in California. The two men smiled after he went out to greet the Chinese counterpart, and then shook hands. And then the leaders immediately came in, with the delegations sitting around a large conference table. Biden said, "I value our conversation because I think it is very important that you understand each other in a meaningless way or understand it without wrong communication. We should ensure that it does not enter the competition." Biden pointed out his personal history, expressed his appreciation for the simple and open discussions in the past. "We didn't always accept it. It wasn't a surprise to anyone. But our meetings were always sincere, clear and useful," Xi said. "Welcome again." He ended his words. It is not an option to turn their backs to each other for two major countries, such as China and the United States. Translated. One side reshape the other is not realistic. But conflict has unbearable consequences for both sides. It is an objective fact that China and the United States are different in history, culture, social system and development paths. However, as long as they respect each other, exist together in peace and continue cooperate with win-win, they will be able to rise above differences and find right way for two great countries live with each other. "I am looking forward to exchanging an in-depth views," said. Later, cameras and reporters were removed from the room. Before leaving Washington, Biden said that his goal was go back in a normal correspondence. Take the phone and talk each other when there was another crisis. And be sure that our soldiers are still in contact with each other. Chinese President Xi Jinping's supporters are gathered on November 14, 2023 outside a hotel where the Chinese delegation stayed during the Apec Summit in San Francisco, California. Authorities said that a key target was to restore military communication, which Pentagon said that it was standing with the tensions around Taiwan. Especially tensions around Taiwan. U.S. officials. Other elements on summit agenda. Biden and China's Tehran in Middle East attack U.S. forces and Israel and Hamas to increase conflict between Iran is expected use leverage, he says. Biden also called on China not supply weapons the invasion of Ukraine Russia and put pressure on North Korea. Authorities. Negotiations. Climate change and fight against fentanyl trade. Such as the promises of cooperation. Such as he says. President Biden was planned to hold a news conference at 19:15 on Wednesday.